Jay-Z performed at Tom Brady's Hall of Fame event, and fans are not happy. What up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you keep supporting the channel by sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. We appreciate everything. These programs are getting better, and we're doing our best to make sure that we rocking out. But listen, I am not really happy about doing this because Jay's my man, but I gotta call it like I see it, bro. I have to call it like I see it. Listen, I'm the last person on earth that want to do a video that is calling out Jay-Z on something, but people don't understand. I got to keep it a buck. This is what I do. My man Jay actually performed at Tom Brady's Hall of Fame event, but didn't perform at no 50th hip-hop anniversary. I got another video where I came at KRS-One and I came at MC Hammer for turning down those events. So I got to keep it a buck and say this. People are not happy with Jay. Some people, a lot of people. I have a pretty good post on the culture, bad or good, for what it's worth. I got a pretty good post, and this not going to set well with some people. It's not going to linger, and like it's not going to do a ditty on them, right? But it's not going to set well. I'm going to read from this article so you can get a big picture of what's going on. But I got to be honest, man, this is kind of, everybody got moments of, not weakness, but moments where they don't do something that they probably should have done, right? Let me read this article and we're going to have this conversation. The New England Patriots held a Hall of Fame ceremony for 7-time Super Bowl winner Tom Brady. But when hip-hop titan Jay-Z took the stage, the crowd was underwhelmed, as were critics who believed he should have given his rare appearance to those who would have appreciated it. On June 12th, the 24-time Grammy winner took the stage at Gillette Stadium in celebration of football's most accomplished player, Tom Brady. Jay-Z opened his set with public service announcement from the Black Album. The opening line is, "Allow me to reintroduce myself," which has become one of the more popular lines in hip-hop. However, despite the song's cultural popularity, the less than enthusiastic crowd at the Hall of Fame event seemed very unfamiliar with Jay-Z's catalog. Now, let me stop right there, right? I know what you're going to say. Well, Jay-Z got a personal relationship with Tom Brady. Tom Brady and Jay-Z are two of the most influential people in their respective professions. I got a lot of respect for Brady. I'm a big Brady fan. I'm a big Jay fan, right? But at the same time, I'm a hip-hop fan above all of that. Jay has built his career. He's built his fortune, his livelihood off of hip-hop. Tom Brady respects Jay for what Jay has done in hip-hop. For Jay to not do nothing for the hip-hop 50th, like not one thing for, I don't know, you can't just send money to everything. Sometimes you just gotta be there, right? I don't know, he could be paying for every old school rapper in there. He could be paying their rent. I don't know what he's doing behind the scenes. But openly, us hip-hop fans needed to see Jay at that. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It was a moment, whether you liked it or not. It was divided. I understand. It was a lot of division within the culture about, oh, it's not really the 50th. Oh, this guy didn't really, Kool Herc didn't really invent hip hop. It was his sister at her party. Da, da, da. It's a million anniversary issues where people say they don't agree with the 50th, and there's some people that do agree with the 50th. Some people thought the Grammys doing the 50th was corny. Right? They like the Grammys never respected us, da-da-da. Some people said, this is our moment to shine. The Grammys is giving us a whole nother night outside of the Grammys to show hip-hop as for 50 years what it has become and in the culture what it is. So I get it that it's divided. But at the same exact time, we don't know what Jay's stand was either for or against that situation. we didn't see Jay perform. We didn't see Jay's input on the 50th anniversary. And like I said, I don't criticize Jay very much. I think the last time I criticized Jay was when he sold Tidal. I had a big problem with that because Tidal was billed as this artist gateway to bigger earnings and join Tidal. All these artists were linking up. Remember the old videos when Tidal first came out? All the artists were linking up. Lil Wayne and Madonna, all these artists were going to link up and show a better way for artists to get money. And Jay-Z was at the top of it. He was spearheading the whole thing. And then a few years later, he sold it, right? So it's like because I was paying for Tidal. First of all, Tidal was more expensive than all the other streaming services. Tidal was $13.99 when the other ones were $8.99 and $9.99. And Pandora is like $3.99, right? So Tidal was $13.99, but it was under the promise that artists would get paid more. So when he sold it, I had a problem. He sold it to the guy from Twitter. I had a problem with that. But I don't be all this Jay-Z hate train. Like a lot of dudes is just really don't like Jay-Z for his success. And they don't like stuff. Most of the stuff is stuff they can't even put into words, right? But at the end of the day, this right here, this calls into question because not only did he perform for Tom Brady at his Hall of Fame, the people that ignored him. The people are eating, they're eating their tuna tartar, whatever they eat, like whatever they eating on, they looking at, they getting their wine. They're not even paying attention, bro. They're not even looking at Jay. So the simple fact of the matter is what the people are saying online, a lot of people, they're screenshotting a lot of different people's posts, right? And some of these posts have validity, right? I'm going to read a few because there's no way around it. It is some of the stuff is just facts, bro. I'm just going to keep it a buck, and I'm going to get into why Jay did it. He felt obligated, or Brady's his man, and who wouldn't open for Brady? Blah blah blah. I understand that, right? But let's just get into some of these critiques. Right? One of these critiques is basically saying Jay-Z has always been the biggest panderer of whites, and I say this as a fan. Probably why I have started to see him for who he truly is over the years, an opportunist, a capitalist, and a revered sellout, essentially. I love him, but those are facts. First of all, you can't say someone's you love him, and then say he's a panderer, an opportunist, a capitalist, and a sellout. Right? Let's just start there. I'm gonna take that person don't love Jay. Let's just start there. You don't love Jay. Like, you might like him, but you're not going to call somebody an opportunist, capitalist, a sellout, and say, but I love you. Like, no, bro. So that person got a real underlying issue with Jay. It says he's been catering to them for years. He legit don't give about nothing but that white money. He's the same person who preaches we need seats at their table instead of creating our own, said another. Now, the simple fact of the matter is I don't agree. So Jay-Z has always talked about big money, and to be surprised that Jay is doing big money moves, it always amazes me when this dude was always talking about, I'm a hustler, baby. Like, how you gonna criticize a man who's never told you anything other than I'm here to make big money? A lot of these rappers that's talking about all this big money and jewelry got it from Jay. Let's just be honest. Yeah, there was always big money talk and big jewelry talk, but before Jay, when Jay started putting it into these different type of metaphors and similes, he started making it really, really difficult to not rap that hustler talk. Let's just be honest. Before Jay, we had NWA talking the gangster talk. Then after that, we had Onyx and whoever else was talking this hardcore, this hard rock, all this just gangster stuff on a different level of just more of a hip hop level, but it wasn't hustler talk, right? Jay came along and took that hustler talk to another level. Let's just be honest. A lot of guys that ran with Jay's style and started to do what Jay is doing. And that's why we got a lot of youngers in this game. All they talk about and all they think about is hustling, making money, and getting paid, right? And having the biggest car, the biggest rims or whatever, the biggest flying private, all that big money talk that Jay was doing. So I don't know why people are surprised. Now, how can you be a sellout when that's what you've been talking about from day one? I don't think Jay's a sellout. I think Jay is understanding the game. It's a deeper issue when you're a black man, especially in your 50s, especially a man that came out the 70s, right? Like me and Jay-Z, we both came out the 70s a certain kind of way. The 70s ain't had nothing, bro. I don't know who's my age. We ain't had nothing. We was eating milk with the milk you got to mix with the water, right? We was eating powdered milk. We was eating syrup sandwiches, right? It was different, bro. So you can't tell somebody who came from the 70s, from the projects, where they didn't have nothing, to stop getting money when there's money to be made. And there's two ways to get that money. And one of them is to be out on them streets, and the other is to assimilate yourself and get in them big offices and learn how to deal with them people that got the money. Jay did both. He got it in the streets, then he went in them big offices and learned how to assimilate with them people who got the money. So the people who say the word sellout too quickly, and it is some sellouts, but it's not the people that you're usually saying that it is. Jay still holds his head up. You think if Jay was a sellout, you think he would wear his hair like he wears it? You think he would talk the stuff that he talks? You think he would say what he says? If Jay was a sellout, he'll be talking like freaking Torre or somebody, right? So this is not the markings of a sellout. So I disagree with the term a sellout. Now I do have to say, I'm just gonna be honest, right? And there was some people that was really, you know what I'm saying? They was with it. They was happy for Jay. They was like, oh, this is dope, da-da-da. But another comment was like, this is embarrassing. So Jay came out of retirement just to be ignored by white dudes. And then another one said, Jay didn't perform at any Hip Hop 50 concerts last year where fans would have known every word to his song, but he makes time to get ignored by rich folks. That's the comment that got everybody thinking about what happened with this. A lot of people already they feel a way about Jay. So this was right on time. This made a lot of people's day because they came out of the woodwork. They already trying to link him to Diddy and all this other stuff. So this was what they were waiting for. But I'm here to tell you, and I understand, I cannot dispute that Jay it's not a mistake. It's exactly what he wanted to do. Brady asked him. This could have been booked 6 months ago. I don't know how long it was booked. I'm sure he had to book it out, right? And he made time to go there. And I'm sure Jay didn't expect to come out. And these dudes are out there drinking wine and looking the other way, not even paying attention. They really looked crazy. I'm going to be honest. They didn't even know he was up there. For the first 15, 20 seconds, he covered in smoke. You didn't even know who was up there. I'm just going to be honest. It looked kind of low-key, like a bad idea. I would have been like, yo, Tom, I love you and all that, but you're going to have to play that song and walk out to it. I can't come rap at that. I'm just going to be honest. It looked crazy. The people are like, he got ignored by rich people, and that's what it looked like. They really was not paying attention. So the great Jay-Z going to come out, where he got fans like me and you and whoever else that would have loved to have seen. We paying $300-$400 a ticket to see this man perform somewhere. And he comes out to people that could care less just because Brady asked him. To me, it feels, and I'm not going to, and I don't believe this, but it feels out of touch a little bit, just a little bit. And some of us can sway. Some of us can like make decisions like, yo, it's kind of out of touch a little bit, right? I feel like people make decisions all the time where it's like, oh, you didn't read the room on that one, right? We see it all the time. A lot of different rappers, they'll do something and you'll be like, oh, you're not reading the room. Right? Like, you're low-key kind of like, you're 10 months back on where things are going. And I feel like right now, the internet, Black Twitter, and all that good stuff, they're not leaning toward let's do everything the rich people want to do. It's leaning the opposite. Let's do whatever they're not doing. Like this whole thing with Meek Mill hugging up on the millionaires and all this stuff coming out about Diddy and all this stuff. It's not looking good to follow behind the rich people no more. It's starting to look like move away from that, save yourself, get back to your morals. So with this situation, right, I feel like Jay didn't put a lot of thought. It's like, that's Brady, I'm doing it. But for them to be filming that and to see that crowd could care less, right? And I get it. He's probably like, I'm just doing this to walk him out. Like people walk people out to boxing matches all the time. They use their music or they come perform, da-da-da. Yeah, but you're Jay. You understand? You're Jay. You're HOF. You're above all this. And you're above being a hype man or opening an act for Tom Brady. I'm just going to be honest with you. So the simple fact of the matter is, I understand why he did it because he has a connection with him. But one of the Twitter people said, so he don't have no connection with none of the rappers at the 50th, right? And it's true. He has connections with them rappers too. Nas, I know Nas did a whole thing. Nas did a whole concert, had everybody on that concert that he can get, right? He got a connection with Nas. There's a lot of people that probably call Jay, yo, Jay, this, da-da-da-da, right? And I understand it's his prerogative to do what he wants, but it's also the people's prerogative to criticize it. So I feel like what happened with this situation, Jay don't come out for nobody, but it's Brady. So he came out from Brady, but it was a bad idea. It was a bad look. And this going to sting a little bit. It ain't going to be career ending because Jay got a way of just moving past stuff. Like with the, we not kneeling no more, and then everybody's like, what you mean, da-da-da. He just moved past it, moved on, right? The thing about, oh, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl, and Eminem forced Jay's hand. Like all this little stuff that comes out, Jay has a way of just gliding past it. So he's probably going to glide past this, right? But what needs to happen is Jay need to actually ask himself, why was Brady more important than the 50th year hip-hop? Now, if he like KRS-One and don't agree with the 50th year hip-hop or don't agree with performing at the Grammys or whatever the hell was the case or the matter, then that's fine. But I don't think that was it. I think Jay just didn't, he felt he was bigger than that 50th anniversary stuff. He was like, I'm not getting involved. No, I'm going to let y'all do that. I got a whole family to raise. I got stuff going on. I'm doing this, that, and the third. He behind the scenes with the NFL, doing all this, that, and the third. He probably was low-key saving for this Brady thing. Who knows? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I think this was a misstep, a miscue. I think I think Jay-Z did not read the room. And I think this is going to be a little blight, a little blight on the record. One more little blight on the record of Jay-Z, but you don't live to be 53 without making some mistakes. I feel like Jay could have actually done both of these events and it wouldn't be nothing to say. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG, go hit that website. Go show some love over there. Make sure you send them cash. I love when y'all get them Cashapp. We appreciate that. $1, $2, $10, $50, $100. Throw $1,000 in there. We don't care. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? CLBMG, go check that out. Every Wednesday night we do The What Show, me, Fliz, and TJ. Also, make sure you go check out blackyeti.com, black-yeti.com. THC products, they got the flowers, the different strains and strands. They got the THC chocolates. They got the moonshine. They got the flutes. Make sure you go over there and check out black-yeti.com. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Peace. Elevate your mind with high-quality THC-infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.